the Aries eclipse that we're having on April 8th. This Temperance card does not want to go back into the deck, so there you go. But Gemini, we are going to jump right in here. You start off with this happy card and this poise card. I love both these cards. I mean, this lady, she's like channeling happiness through the top of her head on that happy card. The poise card says that you are about to be very successful, or you're about to be lifted up on a pedestal, and it's a very good card. So again, I think that you are about to be step into something very nice in your life, and we'll figure out what that is in just a second. But like I said, I love that card. Your readings have been like very lucky, or have included a lot of luck, so it could also just be a very lucky time for you. You do start with the Ten of Swords, which does say that you could be starting off from a place of an ending. Personally, I like the Ten of Swords because the Ten of Swords kind of says that something is dead, done, over with, or that you are completely removing yourself from a situation and you're receiving blessings. And the reason I say that is because of, hold on one second, I'll show you in a second if I can get this card here. Right here, he's making this symbol with his hands. It's the same symbol the Hierophant is making. And the Ten of Swords can represent a blessing in disguise. I do feel like some of you, going down this way could be healing from a past connection or a past hurt. So if you want love, especially during this eclipse, there's a Mercury retrograde. So it doesn't necessarily say this person's coming back, but you could be getting triggered by things, or just remembering things. And the Three of Swords says, make sure that you're healing. The Ten of Swords says, make sure that you realize that there will be a happy new beginning. So clearly there's a lot of happiness here. You have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is your crossing energy here, Gemini. The crossing energy in a Celtic cross can be what hurts you or helps you. And the Queen of Pentacles is about resourcefulness and being resourceful. So again, I feel for a lot of you, I don't really feel good or bad about it. I think she's just saying that it's time for you to tap into all your resources. It's time for you to make sure that you're using your resources that are necessary for success in life. And I feel as long as you're doing that, you will be finding a lot more success. So like I said, I do kind of, I don't feel good or bad about her. In the area of what's on your mind, you have the Ace of Cups. So definitely could be love. Some of you could be thinking about love, or finding a new connection. And I do feel like some of you are just like hoping to find a connection with the Ace of Cups. But it doesn't have to be love. The Ace of Cups could be anything that causes your emotions to overflow, or anything that you can do endlessly. That cup, it can reach down and fill itself up very easily in that water. And so this could even represent like a job or work or a career that where you feel like it fills you up. You feel like it provides energy for you, or it feels like something that you can do endlessly. I always say, like, tarot readings for me, I can do this all day long. I'm channeling from source. I don't get tired when I do tarot readings. So and if anything, like I always say, like when I start my day, sometimes I can be tired, but by the end of my recording, I'm full of energy because, again, I'm channeling from source, and this is something I could do all day long. So again, the Ace of Cups to me, for you, it doesn't have to be love. It could just be you looking for something that is fulfilling or could lead to fulfillment. In the area of your foundation, you have the Five of Swords. Again, I feel like it's almost like you were forced to walk away from something, or maybe this is like a forced breakup or something like that, where it's like you definitely didn't want it, but the other person did, or vice versa. Something happened here. I don't know. I feel weird about this Five of Swords. It feels different to me. It feels like something where, like I said, one person walked away and someone really didn't want that to happen. So I don't know, take it how it resonates, but I kind of feel like you're healing from this. The Five of Swords, it also says that you could have learned a lot from this. Again, he's walking away from battle, but he is like the winner. So again, no matter what happened, I feel like you are kind of walking away victorious. In the area of your past, or what you're moving past, you have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords could be you showing up in the past position, but she actually sees things clearly for the first time. And, it's kind of interesting. She would normally have her back to the whole entire reading, but she's looking towards the future here. I'm wondering if things are starting to happen that you almost predicted. I'm wondering if there are things that you see or saw in your head, in the past, and things are starting to happen, like literally like you're psychic or something. And, she sees things clearly for the first time. I also feel that you're seeing all the things that you were right about, and this could be helping you make future decisions. It's almost like you have the gift of foresight or something, or have had it, and now you're seeing the future or something kind of weird. You have this peacock spirit says, let it shine, and you have this hawk spirit says, let spirit be your guide. Yeah, I think the universe is guiding you towards bigger and better things that you actually desire in your life. I also definitely feel we're in a time where all the air signs definitely should be trying to shine as much as possible. Again, we have Pluto going into Aquarius. Aquarius is the star card, and again, just down and dirty astrology, down and dirty tarot, I would say anything you could do to stand out or get extra attention is going to benefit you over the next 20-something years, with Pluto being in Aquarius. So I would do whatever you can to stand out, to get attention, to get more positive attention. Anything like that would be a really, really good idea. Next, in the area of your very near future, you have the Four Wands. Four Wands is a card of marriage, of course. Some of you could be meeting a person that you will marry, or you could be, thinking about marriage. It definitely looks really good for love. Even with this Three of Swords here, again, I'm not too worried about it. You have the Ten of Cups, you have the Three of Pentacles. I like the Three of Pentacles for love because it's a person who really wants to work on a team, but the Four Wands can be marriage. The Four Wands, if you don't want marriage, or even if you do, the Four Wands can just represent freedom and setting yourself free. I say it all the time. Since Uranus went into Taurus, I've been saying, that Uranus and Taurus energy, I think, again, down and dirty, Chris's crappy astrology here, that Uranus and Taurus is all about freedom, setting yourself free. I've literally been saying this for years, and I literally, even before Uranus went into Taurus, I was telling people, like, do something that could set you free, whether it's like starting a side hustle, picking up extra hours and saving, putting the money away and saving it, or, whatever it is, or moving somewhere cheaper but better. I used to say that all the time as well. It's like the list goes on and on. If you put your thinking cap on, there are tons of things you could do that could create more freedom in your life. And this is any type of freedom, financial freedom, time freedom, whatever. But whatever it is, I would pick something and do it, because if you do that, you're working with the energy and you will get the rewards. You have this feeling the world card and this divine matrix card. I feel like you're seeing your place in the world. I feel like you're seeing like what you're the effects that you're capable of having on the world as well. This is a good thing because this will allow you to have more of an effect on the world. It will allow you to kind of stand out more or do things more that matter in the world, right? So I kind of really like this for you. I feel like there's a lot of good stuff coming in off of these two cards, and I feel like you could be getting a lot of attention as well. Next, in the area of the next few months, you have the Three of Swords. I see a lot of healing. I actually don't feel bad about this here. And what's weird is a couple other people have had the Three of Swords in exactly the same position. So, I feel for some of you that this isn't even bad. I feel like this is just saying that you're healing things. It is a very karmic time. It is weird as well. We just had a Libra eclipse, on the 25th of March, and we're going to have another Libra eclipse at the end of the year. These Libra eclipses could be very like karmic, or could have to do with, like other people or healing karma, bringing balance, stuff like that. So it wouldn't surprise me that to find out that you're like healing from karmic situations. It doesn't even have to be love, could be, any type of karmic situation whatsoever. And, I think that you could be seeing these things, healing from them, moving on, and the Three of Swords is really about removing those swords from your own heart so that you can be set free. You have the Ten of Cups in the area of your closest relationship. So amazing. And, the closest relationships could include your family. So a lot of you could be spending more time with family or celebrating with family. If you want to have a family, you could be meeting a person that you will have a family with. Ten of Cups is also like fortune after difficulty. So I do feel that there could be a lot of good things, coming into your life after a difficult period of time with the Ten of Cups. But I also do feel that this could be love coming in for you. I mean, it is a really good love reading. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Emperor. Some of you could be attracting an Emperor type person into your life. Could be an Aries. I also feel that this could just be you bossing up. I feel like this could be you getting into a boss position and, really kind of taking control of your life in some way. So if you're wanting to boss up, or if you're wanting to be a boss, I think that this could be really good for you. Next, in the area of your outcome, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is a card that says teamwork makes the dream work. Anything you can do to work together with other people is going to be very beneficial for you. It's also a card of showing your work. And again, for air signs, I would be doing whatever you can to show your work more, or for you to, for you to like put your results out there. If you want to work on something that could get attention, I would definitely recommend it for you air signs with this energy. So, I would be looking for opportunity to stand out. If like your boss is like, oh, I need someone to help me this weekend or whatever, like I would do it. Just try to get extra attention. It will probably lead to something else, something bigger, something better. You have this water card and this journey card. Again, I think that the water in your reading has to do with flow. Again, the Ace of Cups and this water card, I feel like it's saying that you're attracting situations where there is just a much better flow. You also have this journey card, and it could say that you have to go on a journey to find something that has more flow in your life. And, this could be in work or business or love or, anything else. So I kind of feel it's time for you to start exploring opportunities that bring more happiness into your life with that happy card. But I feel like you are, get ready, because I feel like you're about to be lifted up here with that poised card as well. With the Ten of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Five of Swords. I feel like you have walked away from something, like I said, or there is a situation that you had to walk away from with the Five of Swords coming up twice. I kind of feel like some of you also maybe we're dealing with a person who just only ever wanted to be right. So, again, I would definitely be careful of that energy with the Five of Swords. I think it's normal for people to get into arguments and things like that. Like, I don't think it's normal to be in a relationship with no arguments. I think that can be just as toxic as a relationship with arguments, right? But I kind of get this feeling of this person, it's just like always being right. Never apologizing or, never really trying to see things from another point of view. I don't know. That's what I get. With the Ace of Cups, I feel like this is what you're looking for. Six of Cups is a card of the past. It can be a card of innocence and nostalgia. But I always say that I do not think the Six of Cups represents a past person. Even, in some of the older tarot books, the Six of Cups specifically says do not go back to the past. Even in the the Golden Tarot, the Cat Black version says do not go back to the past. But what I would say here is that I think you're looking for something more playful, childlike, more lighthearted. That doesn't mean it's not serious. It just means more lighthearted and less taking things too seriously. I think you're looking for something more fun. The Six of Cups to me can also be a gift from the universe, and usually the gift we get with the Six of Cups is a turnaround, meaning we've been bumping up against an obstacle, and now the obstacle is like being removed from our lives. With the Five of Swords, you have the Justice card. Justice is cause and effect, so I feel like you need to pay close attention to like where you get energy and what you put it into. With the Justice card, I also do feel that, again, if you were in a situation with like a toxic person or with a person who caused problems or whatever, that you could be getting justice from this. Again, it seems to be, it's kind of weird that this eclipse, this Aries one, I've been getting more messages about like karma or receiving karma, getting karmic rewards, things like that. And so it's kind of weird. But again, this could be the eclipse that brings in like karmic rewards for you, Gemini. So take it how it resonates. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Star. See, I think you've had a vision of what you want your life to look like. And, I was saying on that Queen of Swords, it's almost like you're seeing the things where you were right about things that got you closer to this vision. And I feel like you're seeing things where you were wrong that got you farther away from the vision. The star is about having a North Star. That's why I'm saying that the star has to do with a vision. The other interesting thing is that she's holding on to a star on this Poise card, and she is holding on to a star on this Happy card. So it's like you are about to be very happy because you are, manifesting your vision, or because you're getting something that you've been imagining, or, again, at least you can, I think that if you're not getting everything you want, I think you can at least see the road to getting there, is what this is saying. It's like you see the journey that you need to go on to get to what you want, is kind of what I feel with that Star card. With the Four of Wands, you have the Six of Swords. You definitely could be moving on from a commitment here with the Four of Wands. I even think that you could be moving on from an old commitment. This could be something that you've been holding on to, or that's been difficult for you to let go of. I'm not saying, sometimes I think we can, be in a situation where it's like we have let go of it, we have released it, but we still have those moments where we think about it, or where we, kind of like wonder what if, or, whatever. And, I kind of feel like this could be something older that you are finally completely letting go of, and this is allowing you to move on. The Six of Swords, this woman and this child in this boat, they're bringing nothing with them but the clothing on their back. So they're completely releasing a past situation and they're completely moving forward onto something new. So I kind of get the feeling that you are completely moving on to bigger and better things with the Six of Swords energy here. With the Three of Swords, you have the Fool. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith in a new direction. And so I feel for a lot of you that you could be kind of like taking a leap of faith in a new direction here with the Fool. And it's like, oh, you are taking a leap of faith away from things that bring heartbreak and sadness into your life. The Fool is kind of like, he's been through it. You know, he's got these sleeves are meant to look tattered because he has been on this journey before. He has to go through the whole entire major arcana. He starts as a fool, he goes to the world, then he starts all over again. So, I feel that you've been on this journey before and you're just about to start a new journey, right? With the Ten of Cups, you have the Three of Pentacles. Like I said, you have the Three of Pentacles twice. I think that what you're looking for in a connection is a person who actually puts in the work, a person who wants to work on a team as well. The Three of Pentacles is great teamwork. So I feel you could really be attracting like a very solid connection with a person who really wants to work on a team, who wants to work together. Also, like I said, I feel that your work could be being celebrated or you could be getting attention or recognition for the hard work that you've done. And again, obviously, this is a good thing. With the Emperor, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, work hard, play hard. So again, the Emperor tells me that you're bossing up. I would make sure that you're not only just working, I would make sure that you're doing things that you enjoy to do as well with the Two of Pentacles. I also feel like there are things that you're doing that don't matter. And so I would be careful of that. I would be careful of doing things that are not really moving the needle forward, so to speak. I think that we're in a time of efficiency. We've literally learned so many lessons about this. We had Saturn and Capricorn back in 2016. We dealt with Pluto and Capricorn for 20 years before that. And, really, I think all that Capricorn cycle energy was to teach us to be efficient, to teach us that, like we shouldn't be wasting our time on things that are a waste of time, that we shouldn't be investing in things that don't invest in us. So make sure that you did learn that lesson during that time, right? With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Page of Cups. Yep. Definitely a solid love offer if you want love. So I feel that there could be a very solid love connection with a person. Could be a water sign. You've been getting water with me as well for a while. So, could be any sign. This is a general reading. But the Page of Cups is a general admirer, right? But, I feel this could just be a admirer coming in for you. Definitely a lot of love here, Ace of Cups. This could also be a very dreamy person. He's got this fish here in his cup, and that fish kind of represents something that might be part of his imagination. I always say that fish, we don't know. That fish might not be real. That might be part of his imagination. This is also you manifesting your dream on Earth. Again, I think you're going to be very, very happy with that happy card because it's like you're manifesting your vision or you're manifesting some sort of dream here on Earth. And we see that quite a bit in this reading. So, I definitely like to see that. But we're going to pull 5 main themes. We're going to see what else you need to pay attention to here, Gemini. And let's see. You have this optimism card. So many reasons for you to be happy. I would follow your optimism as well. I think we're in a time where the only thing we have is kind of like inspiration. You have the star here. We have Pluto going into Aquarius officially at the end of the year in November. It will officially be there to stay. And I kind of feel like the only things that we can trust are inspirations, enthusiasm, things that make us feel optimistic in a world where there isn't a lot of optimism, right? And so I think if we follow our heart, follow our feelings, that is going to lead to the most success. And that's what I would do here. You have a submission card. This card is like the Eight of Swords. You can see that there's this bird and it's like in this cage, but the cage door is open. So I feel for some of you, it's saying that you're not stuck if you are feeling stuck in a situation. You could easily set yourself free. So make sure to free yourself from anything. You have this Lust card. I do feel like you are attracting a very desireful connection. I feel like you could be attracting a person where there is a lot of desire and attraction and all that other good stuff. So, go for it. You have this ostentation card, and this card is exactly the Queen of Swords. This card is about telling the difference between something that's real and something that's fake. So I feel like you have learned how to tell the difference between things that are going to work for you and things that are not going to work for you. And this might sound simple or basic, but I think that it's super important. This is going to lead to a lot more success in the future. I feel like you're being much more practical at this time as well. So, I think that, you're keeping things simple, which is also good. We kind of said this at the end with that Three of Pentacles, that you need to focus on doing what works. And sometimes the simple answer is the answer. And so I think you're being very practical. You have this appreciation card. This is about being grateful for what you have. And there's this cornucopia right here. And the cornucopias, they represent abundance. So I feel by appreciating what you do have in life, that you could be attracting a lot more abundance. You have this discrimination card as well. The discrimination card is about being able to tell the difference between what's real and what's fake in your life, or what's good for you, what's bad for you. So again, the whole entire reading also says that you have like a good eye. I think you are, with that Queen of Swords, you've really learned how to pick up on the energy. Why does this keep coming up? I don't know. I think maybe the universe is saying, like, pay attention, don't ignore it. It's like, obviously, if you have a much better picker, if you're better at understanding energies, then pay attention to it. Don't ignore it. But this looks really, really good. Again, I think you're going to be very, very happy here, Gemini. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.